Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to give my review towards 9 different cryptocurrency exchanges in which I have bought and sold bitcoins and altcoins from. With the entire net result, I have had overall a 100% end result satisfaction in that I got my money. Whenever any type of withdrawal or deposit was made, it always, albeit sometimes taking a lot of time and noteworthy, well, not a lot of time to get there, in the end, it all worked through. What I'm going to do in this video is go over the pros and the cons that I have noticed so far within the exchanges. I'm going to start off with the larger exchanges and work my way down. And I will start with Bittrex, and I'll go pros first and cons second. The first good advantage is that it's a large exchange. So if you need to buy or sell anything, and usually for even large amounts, which is what large whales refers to, someone who has no problem buying and selling maybe 5, 10 bitcoins at a time, then it makes it very easy to go about doing your trade. If you just want to get 5 or 10 Litecoins and you just take whatever the market price happens to be, you're going to be doing all right. And when I talk about the lower exchanges, you cannot do that within those. That's basically a con for those kinds of exchanges. So many of those other ones will share that same thing. And that's just a dynamic of the market of volume of participants. The second one, the site is very fast with very rare periods of lag. They may have the best charts, which is very sad for the industry, as most sites have terrible charts. I'll talk about what I don't like about them in the cons section. But I can quickly look on their charts, and if I want to see just where I want to see the areas, I can put it on a logarithmic setting, and it comes automatically to the 30-minute time frame, but it doesn't take too many clicks to click it to daily, then click on log, scroll as you need be, and then I can quickly take a look at where I may need to buy, sell, and that kind of stuff. The third one is their wallet is very beautiful, at least for portfolio management for yourself. It's very good. And also, I might even state that they've got the feature of a very good download of your trades. Some sites don't even have that. So I didn't write that, but that's part of the whole wallet section. It's a very good feature. And as far as making deposits and withdrawal, I actually enjoy doing it on this site because it's very easy, very secure. I get all the information fast that I need, and it's just very convenient to deposit and withdraw. And they're supporting the fork. So what I've really respected from the last one, you could tell they didn't like it themselves, but they at least realized that the people, at least if they want it, they can have it. And I guess if they don't want Bitcoin Gold, but they have Bitcoin anyway, I mean, what's the big deal of having free money as it is anyways, if they're going to care? So I think they do the right thing that way. Even though the fork, I mean, just because the Bitcoin Gold or whatever thing comes out sucks or is bad, it's not on them. I mean, but the fact that they're supporting it, at least they're making sure that if you get your, like say Bitcoin Cash, you got your free money. I don't even know for POLONIEX users, we'll get to that site next, what they got within the forks. Let's take a look at the cons on Bittrex next. Now, what I don't like about it is the 0.25% fee, which is highest amongst the industry. But the pros are so good, and I mean, the volatility is so great. You got to pay the piper, and they're in it to make money. They got a profit, and that is one of their mechanisms in which they do so. And as I'm saying with the charts, they got the best charts in the business, but I wish I could have a default set so it's automatically in log scale and it has that 18 average, which it has the capability of doing, but I have to keep on putting it on. I mean, I don't use it on there because I can use it on TradingView, but it would be so much nicer if they had that available. What's really annoying is if, say, for example, I want to buy, say, 5 Litecoin, and I'm doing it quickly. I'm just going to put 5 for the amount. I'm going to push in ask on the section, and then I'm going to push submit to buy. And assuming there was only 3.2 there, or maybe there was 6 there and then someone bought 3, only a partial amount of the order gets filled. Over and over a screen pops up that tells you that you filled so much of it, and they keep popping it up even though no one else has bought or sold more into your order. It's very, very annoying when that happens. As far as multiple order canceling, let's just assume that I want to say sell everything now of a code. I got like 6 sell orders. I just want to get out, and I was doing this all through the this month of October. I sell all 6, and I'm going to get 2 screens pop up. One, and it just fills the right hand part of the screen, and if you click on it, then another window will open, and I don't want that to happen. So it's just a whatever kind of bug. And on the US dollar tether, if you go into the wallets and they tell you how many bitcoins your USDT is worth, they say it's worth nothing. They say it's worth nothing. So for example, let's just assume you got $1,100 USDT. And at $5,500 Bitcoin price, that's worth 0.2 Bitcoin. But it's going to say it's worth 0.00. But I put pro question mark because is the US dollar worth anything to begin with? Let's move on to the next exchange, POLONIEX. And I'm going to go over the rest of them relatively quickly. I got 10 actually in total that I'm going to go over. POLONIEX is very good fee, 0.15% for the maker. It's still the 0.25% for the taker, but for me, I'm a maker more times than not, as it is anyway. And a lot of these pros and cons are for myself. Their wallet is awesome. It is better than Bittrex's, and Bittrex's has a really good wallet as well. They got the download feature, which is very nice to get all your trades really well. And if you're withdrawing Bitcoin, it's only a 10,000 Satoshi cost. It's just remarkable compared to the rest of the competition. And they got good volume, so if you just want to buy or sell anything for the most part, unless it's a very low volume code within the exchange, it's really easy to do. Now, cons, placing orders. I do not like putting my bid and ask orders in there at all, but I mean, it can be done. Some lag, but improvements. I've been using it a little bit recently, and I haven't had a problem with lag since the spring. And the customer service, I had a situation, like I stated, all of my withdrawals and deposits have been successful in the end game. But I did send some tokens, or coins rather, to POLONIEX, and it took them many days and weeks to let me know the situation. And the answer was so simple that it could have been answered within 2-3 days, very easy enough as well. And this is like a and I don't know how many other coins are like this or other exchanges. It's 1,000 confirmations if I send Bella to the site. It takes like 2 days. If I send some Bella to that site now, I'll get that in like 40 hours or 48 hours. It's crazy. But you know what? I just know if I need to send them there, that it's going to take a couple days to get there. And I'm fine with it. I'll do it. Within CRYPTOPIA next, I've had nothing but the utmost great respect for their awesome customer service. There's been a few times I've had to come out to them, and every single time, including today even, they responded well. I actually sent a token from that exchange on their wallet, and it never received. And they explained to me what was going on, how the wallet had to go while it's going into maintenance, and how it's going to work. And this is great. They have many codes that are available, which is really awesome. The There's a marginal amount of volume, which they're growing really. They've been growing really well. It's a very beautiful exchange overall. They even have a store. You can actually buy things with cryptocurrencies on there. People, and you can. It's like pretty cool. There's even like auctions or like lotteries. Even I haven't participated in any of them, but the actual trading platform itself, never a single problem. As far as their cons, the wallet itself, there's not too many other good ones out there. But the GUI part, meaning the managing around it, is not so great. But as far as setting deposits and withdrawals, it's totally awesome. And at the very rare time refreshes are needed, what I'll notice on the screen sometimes is the bit and ass won't delete after a while, and you have to refresh the screen. Or sometimes you try to cancel an order and it doesn't, and you have to refresh it to cancel it. But it doesn't happen too often, so overall that's pretty good. HitBtc is next, and it's got a really nice wallet to it. I like it, but actually it's got it doesn't tell you what each cryptocurrency is worth. The trades of 0.1%, best in the business. The GUI, graphic user interface of the trading, the whole website in general, I think it's my favorite of all the ones out there. I enjoy using it the most. They supported the fork, and within the strategy I use, it just works out within the platform of having, like CRYPTOPIA, it's got a decent amount of volume. It works out perfectly for that strategy, and really CRYPTOPIA would too. I just got to implement it more on that site. And the cons, this is a bug. Once the UTC time switches over, then I get no updates for any type of trades that may appear until midnight, which is really weird. So I'll see at like when I'm actively trading, I'll see like up until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, like a bunch of trades, and then I cannot find any way of easily seeing for the next few hours anything I might have traded during that time. So it's a little interesting bug on the time frame. Yobit, it's got more cons and pros, but one of them, they got many codes that are available and a beep notification on trade. And I should point out that when there's an advantage within big sites, there's also an advantage in small sites. So this also has that. And the advantage is on how you can actually get good, very good cheap buys and high sells. That is not available on larger exchanges. The customer service I am not happy with. It took a long time again for customer service, which and the way they handled one of the tokens I'm invested in with XBY was really unsatisfactory. They already got a review from Crypto Compare that the Russian government is investigating them. Their wallet is definitely not a fun one within the management of such, and you can't download previous trades. At least I couldn't figure out how. And there's no email confirmation for withdrawals, and that I really do have a problem with as well. I've made over, I got to think it's over 1,000 withdrawals by now, or if not very close to it, many hundreds anyway. And every other site that I mention will ask you in an email that you've asked to withdraw X amount of this coin to this address and to confirm the transaction. But not this one, and I do not like their trading platform at all either as far as their graphic user interface. Next up on Coin Exchange, it has a very beautiful wallet. I really do love managing it and such as far as what I need to do with most exchanges. It's a very small site, but for the profitability that I use within small profits, it's by far the best within. Great Twitter feed. Their Twitter updates are awesome. They have many codes, and their overall graphic user interface is good. Their biggest con is it seems every couple of hours or so they log you out automatically. even if you've been active. If it's, I don't know what the exact time is, but you could be doing a trade, do something. If you're 7 seconds to go, it can force you to re-log in. At least with the reCAPTCHA image, I don't have to do these tests anymore with the site where you have to figure that you get tested on what is a street sign or what is a car or an apartment building. I haven't seen that anytime recently, thankfully. A very minor lag where, like CRYPTOPIA, I have to refresh the screen because I'll do things like try to cancel my orders and it won't cancel. And then I have to refresh it, but it's not usually a big deal. And small time outage, sometimes the site will go down for a few hours, once for, or minutes. And I got that right beside the great Twitter feed because every single time there's been a decent outage, they have updated it very, very well. And as far as things like support, as far as customer support, if I've never contacted them, I can't give them pro or con, and I have never had a need yet to contact their support. Let's move on. Haven't traded much with the Liqui, which is the next one, and I noticed small site profitability from this one as well. And a lot of that can be where you see oftentimes on sites that you got a bid-ask ratio of, like, say, a large one, like 125 and say 135, where you can buy low and sell high. I actually bought into Descent back in like April on that site. And I was able to buy in at like 20,000. Well, the ratio was like 20,000 Satoshi and like 48,000 Satoshi. So I thought, okay, let's put a buy order in for 20,001, and I was able to get it. I sold for 48, that I bought back for 20. It was kind of fun. Their overall graphic user interface is pretty good, but there really isn't that many codes on that site. But if there's some individual ones that you might, if you need to trade it, you might be forced to go there, which is what I was when I wanted to play Descent back in the spring. With NovaExchange, they can actually let you gamble on like a dice game and let you go for an instant 10 in one shot. You can risk 1 to win 9 profit on whichever cryptocurrency they have that you want, and you roll the dice. Basically, you bet either the number is going to be greater than 90 or less than 10, and a random number between 0 and 100 with 3 decimals will pop up. So if you bet under, as long as it's 9.999 or less, you'll win. Basically, the VIG you have to pay is microscopically small. Now you can try to play the even odds bet, 1 to win 1, but it's less than 49, greater than 51, and they definitely have a house edge on that one. They have many codes that are small sites, so you can profit on that within the small site system. I do not like their wallet, however, as it's slow in loading, and it's very difficult to it's very difficult to just manage your order book. Now, I should point out that one of the pros that they do have is they have a PIN number, and they force you to enter your password every time you make a withdrawal. So just a little bit of an added security. And you know what? It's annoying and everything, but it's security. I like it, actually. So that is a pro, their withdrawal. They have the best withdrawal in the business. Let's put it that way. From what I've seen, of the 10, I like their withdrawals the best on security issues. That is. Next up is the Tux Exchange. The only thing I like about it is the 0% maker fees. You don't even have to pay any VIG as long as you're the one that puts the buy or sell order in, which actually works great within my strategy. I can literally sell something at 101, or say 10,100 Satoshi, or buy at 10,100, sell at 10,110, and technically profit if I'm the maker. But that's all I like about that site. Their wallet is beyond terrible. I cannot stand it. They don't even tell you what your balance in Bitcoin is. And for me, someone who likes to actually use these numbers within my data that I like I'm an accountant by trade, so to use it within my accounting trade, I just can't. And their graphic user interface is almost just as bad as well. And because of that, I don't trade on this site anymore, that is. And I never really, only made a few trades on there to begin with. And the next site is probably the worst one, and I don't trade on this site at all anymore. And for C/CEX, I call them C-CEX. I guess they only got one pro, and that they got major downtime. So I'll talk about their pros after I'm done talking about their cons. And their first con is they got major downtime. I have never seen an exchange go down for so long, so often, over and over again. It's just terrible. Their wallet, it's not a satisfactory one as far as managing your cryptos within. And if you just want to browse through other cryptocurrencies, I haven't browsed through the Tux ones really too much, but this one it's very difficult. And there's not much that I can say that's really appealing, at least for myself, within it. Now the pros, now it's a small site again, and with all small sites you can get buy orders in really cheap and sell orders in really expensive, and this one is no exception. You can do well within that. And with all wallets, every single one has made the transfers. I've only had really 2 transfer issues, and then it was that's it. So every time I've deposited or withdrawn within this, they've been great every single time. Now the pro to major downtime is being aware of that, and let's assume that the exchange has been down for, say, 2 hours or whatever period of time, and you know it, and you know there are buy orders and sell orders in there. If a particular code during the downtime goes way up or way down, you can actually make an advantage on it. Because let's assume it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it doesn't matter what time it is because it's all irrelevant for this case, but their site goes down again. It does it all the time. And it's down for 2 hours. It's 3 o'clock. You just notice it's now back. And let's just assume whatever code went up like 20%. So now you go on to it and you see, and that's just now it went from, say, 1,000 Satoshi to 1,200. And you can see you can buy it for 1080 there. So you just buy it up there. Or if, say, something goes down from, say, 1,000 to 800, and you own that token. And then it comes back and you can see you can sell it at 950. You sell it off. So that's an advantage, and I don't feel bad at all about buying or selling from somebody this way when a site is down like that and they were screwed because they were unable to remove their order. Because I talked a lot about the downtime on Coin Exchange. But oftentimes when that was the case, they had situations if they would make it so that you could still cancel your buy and sell orders. So that if something like this were to happen, you can at least get rid of it. Oh, say you had a sell order for whatever code at 1,000, and the price is rising to 1,100 on another exchange. You can at least delete it so no one can get you there. You can't do that on this site. But if you're trading on this site and it's down over and over and over again, you shouldn't. If you're putting your buy and sell orders, you should obviously know the risk is there that you're going to get a bad price on your buy or sell because of such. So these are my reviews based on how I have been trading within them. Again, overall, I've been able to make the trades as I've been able to do so. Whenever I have needed to send cryptos back and forth, the end result has always worked out. So far the overall grade for everything is awesome, and hope this can help for anyone tuning in. Thank you for watching and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.